in town will come to fall on me. They would ask me to advise them. I am Solomon the Wise. If you please, Reptilian, pardon me, Reptilian, posing problems that would cross the rabbi's eyes.
It's ghost.
And it wouldn't make one bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. When you're rich, think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I love. Sit in the synagogue and pray. Maybe have a seat by the eastern wall. And I discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. All day long I believe if I were wealthy man. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man?
This child doesn't is afraid on account of his deprived.
Hey, I'm afraid to come to deprived.
So take him to a head shrinker. Head shrinker.
My father was a bastard, not an SOB. My grandpa's always plastered. My father pushes tea. My sister wears a mustache. My brother wears a dress. Why, goodness gracious, that's why I'm a mess.
Officer Krupke, you really a square. This boy don't need a judge, he needs an analyst.
Strong control. Juvenile delinquency is really a social disease.
Hey, I've got a social disease.
To a social worker. Which way? That way. Social worker.
Dear kindly social worker, they say go earn a buck, like be a soda jerker, which means me like a schmuck. I'm not antisocial, I'm only anti-work. Curiosity, that's why I'm a jerk.
Officer Krupke, you got it again. This boy don't need a job, and he's a year in the blood. Oh, is it a question of misunderstood? Deep down inside of you, you are.
I know good.
The trouble is he's crazy.
The trouble is he's big. The trouble is he's lazy.
The trouble is he stinks.
The trouble is he's growing.
The trouble is he's grown.
Krupke, we've got troubles of our own. Gee, Officer Krupke, I got an idea. If no one wants a fellow with a social disease, Gee, Officer Krupke,
the docket. It's like incredible. Well, thanks everybody for that wonderful time. What we want to do is have just some words of tribute, and move this over just a little bit. And we know that everybody would like an opportunity to share a little bit about Jerry, and we just weren't really able. We'd be here all night. But anyway, we wanted to ask a few folks to come up and to share maybe a minute or two that they wanted you to hear tonight in their absence, and many of them couldn't be here. But Dave, do you want to come and maybe just, maybe a minute?
Read my little thing?
No. You don't read it, but just, share about a minute.
Paraphrase.
Paraphrase, yes. The 10 pages that you sent me.
Just a paraphrase.
A phrase and then another.
I was in the gist of my testimony. It's kind of depends. It's based on the choice of lead roles, and I noticed a pattern when I got into the system that usually the lead roles all went to the seniors, and I thought, well, that's okay. I'll just bide my time. When I'm a senior, I'll cash in. And I took little roles on the way up, Benny South Street and Guys and Dolls, and I even had a solo in Wells Fargo Wagon that during the recording session, if you listen to it, I'll never forget, I had one solo line. And when it came to my spot on the recording, it came out, I got some salmon from Seattle. I froze. I totally froze. What did I get? Wait, what did I get? Oh, yes, salmon from Seattle last September. But, when I got to my senior year, I was a shoo-in. I figured we're doing Carnival, Marco the Magnificent. I figured, I had that down pat. I almost boycotted the auditions because I figured Jerry just give me the part automatically. But so I try out and I find out there's this Australian exchange student, John Brock, who came in and preempted my starring role. And I figured, well, okay, there's Paul, the lame, the lame puppeteer. No, I'm sorry, that's going to Bill Baskin, a guy that had a great voice, but had difficulty finding those first 3 notes. And I remember coming home and telling my mom that the best I could do for my senior year was a roustabout. She was incensed. She told me, "That's it. No more shows for you." But I stuck it out. And years later, I go to this gym and I work out with this lady who's in charge of the musicals at the middle school, in my town. She's telling me that, and they just did Music Man. I said, "Wow, do you have a Harold Hill? That's rare in the middle school." But she goes, "Yeah," and I said, the week after auditions, I said, "Well, how'd it go?" She goes, "That's the worst day when you post the list and you show who made it, who didn't." And the gist of my testimony was that, Jerry taught me that, being in charge of this program, you have to make hard decisions. And being the least talented of the Quams, in retrospect, when I listened to every one of my recordings, I know exactly why he didn't give me that. But I did want to let you know, Jerry, that everybody has the most influential teacher that they've ever had in their lives, and you were it for me. So thank you.
She plays them off.
Mike Green, where are you?
Is he here?
And we're gonna try to keep these to 2 minutes, just so everybody can.
Keep it to 2 minutes?
Yes. I'll give you the.
Actually, I'll keep it to 2 minutes. But a couple things occurred to me. One of them, I'm more. Oh,
a more recent story. When we had our reunion, some of us went to breakfast with Mr. Starr. And it's hard for me to call you guys Jerry and Ron. It's so hard. But it's a mystery. But anyway, we went to breakfast, and of course I've done many shows. And in South Pacific, I had my first real lead. And I said, you know, Mr. Starr, I got to tell you, I remember being so relieved when I heard that Howie Shalowitz wasn't going to audition, because I knew he'd be a shoo-in for Quebec, and you know, I really wanted that. And Mr. Starr said, oh no, it wasn't that. He said, if I hadn't cast you, your mother would have killed me. And so that was like, but another thing I want to say, the truth is, Mr. Starr, I remember a bit of direction you once gave me that actually affected my love life the rest of my life. True. No, it's true. This is true. This was a bit of direction. It was in South Pacific. There was a tender moment with Marilyn Lang, who was wonderful as Nellie Forbush, and you know, I was kind of a naive kind of kid at the time, and nebbish and there was a tender moment, and Mr. Starr said, what you want to do is you rub her arms kind of gently up and down. And it looks so tender. And then I did it the rest of my life, and it off stage, and it worked. And you were right. But, in short, definitely those days in the shows where I've had some good times in my life, nothing tops the times at Kenmore West in the summers. And I've done many, many, many shows since, but the shows, the friends, the people that last forever, there's nothing like it. And to you, Mr. Starr, and to Mr. Swig, the memories in your the times in your classrooms and everything. There's no other memories I practically have at Kenmore West except those. And I'll take them to my grave and then beyond. So thank you so very much. Thank you. That's true.
Donna.
Now I know why you rubbed my arm.
Yes. You taught me to move.
Caught you off guard, didn't I?
Yeah, totally.
Donna, where's Kathy? How come she's not
She's
here?
working. My sister. Well, I'm repeating what Dave said also, how it just, my whole high school years, I really don't remember any of my other teachers, any of the other subjects. I just remember being backstage after school, backstage during